Hello, my name is Hilary. Today I want to educate you on how to borrow. You have a business need, you want to sign a contract, you want to supply an LPO, you're not sure where to borrow. I'll take you through a background of the borrowing market, the lending market, so that you understand exactly what leads people to borrow, what influences people to borrow. It can help you to adjust how you do business. For example, if you know that you're going to do business with the banks, it will give you, it will inspire you to be more careful, to be more professional, to keep records, to make sure that everything you do is in order. Because the banks will like to look at that kind of pattern of order before they lend their money to you. So it will inspire your business to upgrade, to be up to task whenever they are doing their operations. Everything they'll do in a professional manner. So when you're dealing with banks, you must be a professional business person. It must be clear how you're doing business. However, when it comes to these lenders, non-bank lenders, non-deposit taking lenders, or microfinance who only lend, in most cases they are not interested in how you do business. They're not interested in what you're about to do with the money. They are more interested in you paying, them earning their interest, and if you don't pay, they are going to sell your collateral. Most cases, that's a logbook collateral. So the non-banking lenders, they are not keen about what you do. They want you to pay their money back. They are not interested how you're going to do it. Whether you'll borrow from elsewhere, whether you'll sell your property, it doesn't matter. If you don't pay, they come for your property. So these are two scenarios. Banks will force you to be professional, while the non-bank lenders, they don't care. And in most cases, people who borrow from non-bank lenders, most of them are rejected from banks. Most of them are rejects. Most businesses that go to microfinance or lenders or institutions that lend, because banks have seen a red flag in your business. So I want you to understand. And these micro lenders, they know that. That's why if you go to them, they'll hike their interest rates. You'll pay through the nose. Why? Because they know you are already a risk. So they charge you higher rates because in itself, you're a risk because you've been rejected by the conventional banks. Anything that has been rejected by a conventional bank is risky. So they are dealing with risk. That's why when you go to them, you'll find that their rates are high. They have hidden charges. They deduct a lot of fee. Why? It's because you are a high-risk client. When you deal with the banks, you can benefit from professional advice without you paying. There are some questionnaires, questions they'll take you through, and from there you can get advice from your relationship manager. They'll tell you, before we can lend you money, make sure that you have this and that, you have done this and that. You can receive advice free of charge whenever you're dealing with banks, conventional banks. You're dealing with your relationship manager, he can go out of the way to give you professional advice. However, when you're dealing with the non-banking micro lenders, they rarely give advice. They are interested in making quick and big money. Regulations. Banks are regulated by the CBK as far as the interest rates are concerned, as far as the type of business you're doing is concerned. So if banks understand you're doing an illegal business, they won't be able to touch your transaction. They'll not lend you your money because what you're dealing in is illegal. It might be drugs, it might be money laundering. Any illegal business, banks, as soon as they understand that you do illegal business, they cannot touch that business. The other thing, their rates, they cannot just change rates anyhow. They must first of all get approvals from the CBK or the central bank before they can adjust their rates upwards or downwards. So there is safety as far as interest rate risks are concerned. So there is regulation around the banks. However, when it comes to micro lenders, there is no regulation. They can decide anything. They can hike up anything at any time. So there's no clarity how their rates are functioning. When you want to borrow money and you qualify, I'll advise you to borrow from the banks because of the rates, because of the professional advice. However, you only go to microlenders as the last resort when the banks can no longer lend to you because they don't understand your model. Sometimes banks don't take time to fit into your shoes. So as soon as you don't fit in their templates, they push you away. So if you discover banks are pushing you away because your idea is strange, that's when you can go to the micro lenders. I've already shared about their rates and how they conduct their business. So another reason why you can go to the micro lenders is when you have a feeling that the banks are going to take a sweet time in approving your transaction. They are going to take 2 weeks, 1 week, yet you need to transact in 3 days, supply and get back your money. So if you have an urgent need to supply within the shortest time possible, I'll advise you to go to the micro lenders because they can give you a quick fix. Some of them even are able to approve your facility within 3 hours or 4 hours, but banks might take a bit longer. So I believe I've taken you through a summary of what goes on in the banking world so that you make a wise decision whenever you are about to borrow. Thank you.